where he was at my prison for maybe 6 months, and he was inspired from my message. He accepted Islam. He took his shahada with me, but he got transferred to another prison. He got his GED, so he finished high school and learned how to read while he was there, inspired by the message and the what Islam inspires you to learn and seek knowledge from the cradle. Never stop seeking knowledge. So he sent me the proof that this is because of you. You inspired me. So these type of things are really are very much encouraging.
And let me ask you also, among the prison guards and the officials there, they have to talk to you and ask you some questions about Islam. So among them, what do you find some of the biggest misconceptions they have about Islam?
The biggest misconceptions is that a lot of the guards are from the military background. And so since 9/11, they've been doing tours. And so they're back and forth doing tours in the Muslim lands, and they're coming back to the prisons hostile.
Towards Muslims,
even staff, very hostile. I had one just come back from the tour. He was introduced. He was not a line staff. He was a ranking, staff person, and one of the officers brought him over to the chapel to meet me. He turned his back and folded up his arm. As I extended out my hand to greet him and to say, to have him, welcome him, he turned his back and refused.
But what's his problem? What was his issue?
His issue was this perception of these are the enemies. It's us versus them. This like rhetoric that you hear on the media all day, and so in him living that life as a military, personnel, coming into now seeing 30, 40, Muslims line up to pray, and then seeing a chaplain, wearing a kufi, and he's in the prison system. They're allowed to do this here. It's kind of there's a break, for them that Islam is really a part of the social fabric of the American context. It's being so juxtaposed, that this is the American life and they hate our lifestyle. They dislike our freedom. This is the kind of the angle that's being, pushed on. But I'm an American and I'm a Muslim. And so as I dialogue and I go around and I talk to staff, I see like there's a fatah. There's like an opening, and I see, and a lot of them, they send me cards and letters.
So like this guy who turned his back on you and folded his arm, have you dealt with people like that before, and you find like somewhere down the road that attitude kind of breaks down?
Definitely. Yes. That to me, I don't see it as being offensive. I see it as an opportunity. That's an opportunity for me to invite this person with some, wisdom and some nice, some, nice, and it's a barrier that he has. I don't need to carry it on myself or put on any, labels on him. It's just an opportunity for me to reach out more.
Okay, mashallah. Well, Brother Bilal, I really thank you for spending some time with us, and you really give us a lot of insight about Islam and in the prison system and how Islam is spreading among the prisoners. But inshallah, I hope that we as American Muslims can do more to support our brothers when they come out from the prison system, to keep them from going back. But Bilal, this program is entitled Muslims in America, and I try to ask my guests before I conclude, from your perspective, what do you think is the future for the growth of Islam in America?
The future for the growth of Islam in America is building the institutions that will support the needs of the Muslims in America. The future of the growth in America is that the foreign population of Muslims who are now find America as their home, and the indigenous Muslims who were brought over here in ships, they have to come together and unite, not in any political way, but in a moral and an ethical way, and unite in building these institutions that will support the prisoners to come home. That's the growth. If these institutions that takes the best of our foreign brothers' knowledge, experience, wealth, and the indigenous brothers' authenticity, their sincerity, their self, their how they sacrifice, and their history, and join those two, then Islam will grow. If the camps stay on separate terms, Islam will keep on like a floundering fish. It would just flap around here in America. But I'm very, very hopeful that I see a lot of these signs are happening across like the United States, California, right here in Hartford. This is what is happening. It's happening more and more each day as the next wave of Muslims are growing up, and they're sharing bread, they're breaking bread, they're going to the colleges, they are experiencing the different life. This next wave of Muslims who are growing up in America are more like inclined to build on that growth.
Okay, Brother Bilal, again, Jazakallah khairan. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope that our viewers got a little insight into what life is like for Muslims in America. And I invite you to join me as I continue my journey around this country to introduce you to the Muslims in America. Assalaamu alaykum wa rahmatuallahi wa barakatuh.
On mountains of Mecca, bear witness that to the oneness of Allah do I testify. For all that He's given me, how can I deny? My purpose in life should be only to cry. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah. Muhammad is His messenger. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah. Muhammad is His messenger. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Rasulillah. Salli ala Muhammad Nabi Allah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Rasulillah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Rasul of Allah.